Dana, can you take us through the 2-point and the decision to go for 2 and go one down play?
Yeah, what a game, huh? Man. Ooh, Big 12 football. Just really proud of our kids. After what happened last week, putting it to rest on Monday and just moving forward, that was a tough deal. And quite frankly, it doesn't make sense to our team at this point. It will eventually, but every game I know is important. Every game matters, but that was a tough one. We all know that. So proud of how they attacked the week. They came back and they was like, let's go prove to people that that's not us, which we did. Hard fought game. Baylor wanted to win this thing too. Now their kids came out and played hard in the second half and played better in the second half. They put that last second drive together. Once again, we give up a 2-minute offense for a score, and we played different defense. We played a different defense. We just couldn't. They just got momentum, and we couldn't stop it. And then overtime, first play got 24 yards, and it looked bad from there. So we made the decision right there, and I was proud of our offense. We said the same thing against Texas at the end of the game. Let's go score. We're going to go for 2, and we're going to win. Which we all know that could have happened. I'm not saying it would have happened, but it could have happened. Our players know that it could have happened. Okay, so when I said that same thing, they're like, let's go. Now, I've never seen that in overtime. I guess that's the rule. If you get a penalty, Caesar got the 15-yarder, which that's against the rules. It's stupid. It's selfish, which backed us up to the 40. Wasn't thrilled with that, but I guess rules are rules, But didn't bother the offense. We moved it down. We scored. We knew what play we were going to run. We didn't even have to call it. They knew it, and it worked. So I guess the football gods were looking out for us today. Having an opportunity to do that a couple weeks ago, not that opportunity, same situation, and we go down and we score and win. I wasn't going to put our defense back out there on the field. I had the same thought process against Texas. We wore out. Thought we played hard and we played good all day defensively. Baylor kind of got the best of us in the second half on that side, but overall, it was a good defensive effort.
You said it didn't make sense to your team, your game last week. What do you mean by that?
Just foreign. It's just foreign. It's hard. Years for the last 28 years being in Group of 5 conferences, you have a war against West Virginia, you have a war against Texas, and then you got to go play Kansas State. Years past it'd be like you got to play SMU or Cincinnati, and then you go play Temple. It's just that you're seeing it in this league. This is a big step for us today. It was a big step, and I'm very proud of it. This game makes sense to our team. They grew up watching Baylor. They have a lot of friends and former teammates that are on Baylor's team. Going 3 hours up the road and playing in Waco makes sense to our team, and our team was fired up about it. I told them the history, and they know the history about what happened 28 years ago and us not getting in, and Baylor getting in for a variety of reasons. And 12, 15 guys on our team were a part of 2020 where they were excited about coming to play Baylor, and it took it from them. So this game just makes sense. That game last week, it's going to take a couple of games against those guys. We're going to have to keep building to be able to handle that in that situation after emotional games. It is what it is.
Dana Donovan has a couple turnovers early, but when you needed him late, comes up with some big plays.
Yeah, he stepped up. Pick 1, 100% on him. That's not in his reads. He didn't see the guy, but it's still not in his reads. Okay, so if he throws that thing underneath to Sam walks in the end zone. That was a pivotal point. That was 7 points. That was a huge mistake. But that's what I love about Donovan. That happens. It doesn't stay with him. He's the most even-keeled kid that I've ever seen, maybe since Case came. Case was just always like that, But Donovan's he's just even-keeled, and that's not going to bother him. The second interception, that's not on Donovan. I mean, that's a 2-minute offense thing. We called a shot, tried to take a shot. That receiver's got to squeeze that and go up for it. That's not on Donovan. So, him coming and battling in the second half, I challenged him at halftime. We got Matt on the sidelines. I thought Sam was on the sidelines. You got Manjack on the sidelines. I mean, and we're gonna have to. We challenged the O-line. Donovan was a part of the run game stuff. We challenged Tony Mathis, who played well in the second half. We needed to grind out some drives. That first drive was a thing of beauty. We went, nine plays. It was only 3 points. We would have had 7, but it was a holding call, another mistake. Don't make a couple of those mistakes. It doesn't go to overtime. But give Baylor credit for hanging in there, coming out playing well in the second half.
How did you feel about the reserve receiver coming in, with Manjack out for the game, and then also Holgorsen getting injured? And also, what is the status of Holgorsen?
They should be all back next week. We're on track to getting them all back next week. Carnes once again stepped up, made a couple of big plays. Boogie Johnson went in, stepped up, made a couple of big plays, and then Sam went back into the second half. I was proud of Sam. He had his shoulder, and it was hurting him, and he toughed it out, went in there and made some big plays for us. It's football. Guys go down, people need to go in.
Couple more. Dana, from the vantage point, they didn't have it on the board. What was the defense that you were in on their last drive of regulation? The big play there.
It was whole coverage, cover 3 whole coverage. I mean, our whole league's pretty much doing it. It's meant to defend the spread. We can get in one call and just drop 8. C's actually got there, a couple of times, but the 3rd and 16 just makes you sick. I mean, the quarterback just gets out, and we don't rally to it. We get out leveraged, and he made a play that makes you sick. But you're just dropping. You're dropping to try to keep things in front of you, die slowly, which is a 2-minute defense. We put that in prior to Texas, and it's something that we were going to carry going forward in those 2-minute situations. They got scholarship players that were recruited to play Big 12 for 28 straight years, right? So, I don't know. We'll look at it and keep trying to get better.
Speaking of C's, he had 2.5 sacks.
Yeah, good to have him back, man. Good to have him back. There's spurts, man. In spurts, we played really good, and we played really good defense. Just proud of him. 0 points at halftime. I mean, that's a step in the right direction. I think what you're seeing a lot is teams in this league that are new are getting wore out. They get wore out in situations like that. We're going to keep building, keep recruiting. I'm just proud of our guys for finishing this thing and getting a Big 12 road victory. It's the second one against current Big 12 institutions that have been collecting checks for a long time. It's a big win for the Cougs, man. We've been waiting 28 years for this. It's a big win. I hope our fan base enjoys this one.
Coach, you had mentioned the history of this. I mean, to renew it now, I mean, should this kind of be an every year thing, this matchup? I mean, obviously a really intense one today.
Yeah, I mean, it should. I mean, I know they're trying. We all saw the schedule come out, right? So I think they come next year. They come next year.
Yeah.
They come next year, and then I think we come back here.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're not. Then it's off. I don't know. That 4 years, I haven't really studied it, to be honest with you. I'm kind of worried about who's next on our schedule here in 23. But yeah, I mean, this game needs to be played. Now, whether it's going to be played every year or not, I don't know. There's a lot of teams in our conference.
And going into this last month, you had mentioned how pivotal with the last few games, and what you guys want to accomplish. Can you be on the sideline thinking, okay, you have the lead, they take it, where's this going to go again? I mean, just the roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, you can't think like that. I mean, that's a loser's mentality. I mean, just stay positive and keep playing. Stay positive, keep playing. I mean, we gave up the touchdown, but it's going to overtime. We give up the touchdown, but we still got a chance. Proud of our offense for how they went 40 yards. We went for 2, and Donovan made it work. I'm proud of this football team. We're sitting here at 4-5. I'll take that, and let's go win another one next week.